right, today we're going to be talking about color tools and essentials. This is going to be an easy chapter after 110.5, which was a pretty involved chapter. All right, color tools are the handheld tools that you use. I'm sure you're familiar. Foils, brushes, clippies. You select the tools based on what your effect you want to get. You can balayage with foils, without foils. Foils are there to increase the heat, make things process more quickly. All right, your color bowl has a rubber base. It is always made of plastic. Metal will cause a reaction with the hydrogen peroxide. And there are guides on the bottom of it. If you look at them, some of them will have a line on the bottom. So if you're going to do an addition, a drabber or an intensifier, sometimes it'll say 2.75 inches, and you can see that on the bottom of the bowl, so you just squeeze out that much, or you can measure it. All right, a color bottle. It can have a brush at the end of it. I feel like you see those more in the drugstore, like when you're buying them at home. Professional ones have the nozzle, and they do have marks on the side that you use to measure. When you get your tint in there and your developer, you hold your gloved finger over it, you shake, you apply. When you're done, what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of water in there, put your finger over it again, shake vigorously, and then squirt out vigorously, and then rinse it out, and you will see that you'll get 99% of the tint out just simply by the shaking and by squeezing it through the nozzle very quickly. Now, you can't do this after you let the bottle sit for a couple hours or something. Every time you use something in hair coloring, if you clean it immediately, it comes out very, very quickly. All right, color brushes come in a variety of shapes and sizes, chosen according to size and shape of area you're working with. They have ones with points. They have ones that have a V shape. They have ones that are missing some bristles, all different kinds of effects. If you start getting into that, you're going to have to go to the manufacturer and find out the purpose for those. I tried to look that up on the internet, and I didn't get a real clear answer as to which brush was good for which thing. All right, so I feel like a lot of times you can just use a regular brush and just adapt it. Like you can turn it so you're only using that point rather than the whole brush when you're doing up at the edge of the foil. All right, color combs. You can use a regular plastic rat tail, or you can use a metal highlighting comb, which gives you a thinner piece of hair. It's more precise. And remember, the thinner the piece of hair you take, the closer you're going to get those foils to the head, and the person is not going to have regrowth right away. Okay. All right, make sure that your foils are wider than the section that you're working on and longer. That doesn't always work. You get someone with really long hair. You can't be using huge pieces of foil unless you're charging a lot of money for that, which in that case, then go ahead and do that. And it's used for highlighting or just to isolate sections. All right, thermal strips offer better heat transfer. So I was kind of like, thermal strip, what's the deal with that? So what I did was I put a little video in that I'm going to play for you, and you can see why some people might pick a thermal strip over a foil. See if I can get this to work. All right, interesting, and we're not getting any sound from this. They are lighter than foil, and you don't have to do all that folding, so they're more, you can use them more quickly. So you can see that they are applying it and simply touching. They're not even folding it the whole way down. They're just touching the edge to secure it, and they're moving on. Okay, and they make them for doing a balayage. So it's supposed to transfer the heat more quickly. So if you can add heat, gentle heat to your products, they will develop more quickly. So again, quicker. I've used these in the past. I think before I even used foils, I used these. They're okay. This one they're talking about, they created a angled cutter so that you can put that in and still have your foil coming straight down, so that you don't have foils coming forward into your client's face, making it more comfortable for the client. Okay, so they're applying that and they can still hang straight down. And then they make it with the curve on it, and it's smaller at one end than the other. So when you're down here, you're going to use the small end, and they're just saying you can part following the curve of the head, and it will follow the curve. Up here, they're going to use the wide area because they're on the larger part of the head. And you can see these, they're not even folding. They're putting one underneath and one on top and just touching it. And they're staying because of the product that's on the hair. And you can see there, they pulled the hair up. All right, let me see if I can shrink this down. Okay, go back to what we were at. Exit. There we go. All right, different colored foils. Okay, so if you're gonna do lightener on one piece and color on another piece, which happens a lot, if you get different colored foil, man, does it keep that more consistent in your mind. You know that if you're using the gold colored one, you're putting on lightener. If you're using the red, you're putting on a red. So it comes in like blue and different things like that. So it just helps keep it straight in your mind which foil you're on at any given time to keep your foil alternation going properly. All right, so you've got your bowls. Again, it can be glass or plastic. Everything we went over already, your brush, your applicator bottle, your foils, your tail comb, a palette comb. I tried to look that up as well. You can kind of get on there and look for like balayage combs and things. It kind of has teeth, sits underneath, and then you paint the color on. So a measuring device, maybe a scale, maybe a cylinder that has the markings on it. Y'all obviously want to cape them. Sanic, towel, cape, towel to protect them and their clothing. Okay. You can use cotton to keep things off of their face. You want to make sure that you protect yourself so you don't ruin your clothes. You have gloves on, and you always want to fill out a record card every single time, no matter who it is or what they're getting done. You need to know the next time. You don't want to constantly have to be reinventing the wheel. So they come in, they say, I loved it, great, we're going to do the same thing. They say, that was very nice, but I'd like it a little lighter. Great, I see what I did, I can go a little lighter. Otherwise, you're just fumbling in the dark all the time trying to figure out a formula for them. You always record. Okay, the types of color, we have already gone over this. Temporary, semi-permanent, demi-permanent, and permanent. Remember, this is non-oxidative. This is oxidative, meaning it's mixed with a developer. This is oxidative without ammonia, which makes it demi. And this is oxidative with ammonia, which makes it permanent. Okay, you've got on the scalp and off the scalp lightener. Could be the same product. Could be just the way that you mix it. If you're going to go on the scalp, you need something that has more buffers and conditioners so you don't harm the scalp. Right, and we use hydrogen peroxide as our developer. And sometimes, again, we talked about we need a filler. Fillers could be conditioner or color. They only go in where the cuticle is lifted, where it's needed, where the hair is in distress, and it will help fill the hair and slow down the process of whatever you're putting on it. Okay, barrier cream. You might want to put some cholesterol, some Vaseline, something like that on the skin, particularly when you're working with like Pop XG to keep it off of the person so that they don't leave with this beautiful hair but like streaks of blue on their cheek from the Pop XG. A porosity equalizer, that would be a product that you spray on prior. Again, only goes in where the cuticle is lifted, therefore it's equalizing it out from where the hair is healthy. Okay, it's not going to go in where the hair is healthy. And a stain remover. Now remember, when you remove color, especially if it's all over color, if you wet the client's hair for 1 to 2 seconds, shut off the water, start scrubbing, use that tint and that water almost as a shampoo, scrub onto their face, use their hair as like a Brillo pad and that tint as a shampoo, and you break it up, you emulsify it. It's not just like where you painted it now it's getting kind of soapy and it's emulsifying, and when you break that up all around the hairline and off the scalp, you rinse and then shampoo. If you do this first, you will need this almost never, okay? If you don't do that, you're gonna need stain remover a lot, okay? The tint will pull that off along with the action of the hair scrubbing the skin in 99% of the cases. So do that first. Okay, obviously you have a rollable, you have the carts that we can roll around, we have our stations. Okay, don't set up and be reaching across yourself like this 600 times. Okay, your back's gonna hurt and it's slowing you down. If you're a righty, make sure all your products are right here. If you're a lefty, make sure they're right here. Don't be reaching over. That makes no sense. Okay, it's gonna hurt you. You got a chair, you can pump up and down, timer. I just watch the clock. Timers are very unreliable, or I know you can't use your phone, but when you're in the salon, you can set the timer on your phone. Much more reliable than these little timers that we have. You have a disinfectant container, the barbicide. You have, we have an accelerator machine here that the person can be put on that just releases gentle heat to accelerate what we're doing. We also have hood dryers. If you put anybody under a hood dryer, you need to put a plastic cap on them. If that air blows on that and it will dry it out, it stops working, whatever it is you have on their head. And obviously we have shampoo bowls. Okay, true, false. An applicator bottle is used to hold color products with a thick consistency. True, false. A tail comb is used to apply and close foils. 3, document client's personal and color information in the blank blank service record, or just one blank, I'm sorry. Number 4, protect the skin from staining with blank blank. Number 5, remove color stains from the skin with blank blank. Okay, false. An applicator bottle is used for things with thin consistency. True, we do use a tail comb to help us apply and close foils. We're going to use a chemical service card for every perm, relaxer, or color service. Protect the skin from staining with barrier cream, cholesterol, Vaseline. And remove color stains from the skin with stain remover. But again, I've never even had stain remover. I can get the stains off simply by removing the color correctly in the first place. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.